When you're struggling to stay afloat, you don't look around and pray for help. You just start flapping your arms around, hoping to stay alive. I was 17 when my life first started sinking. I dreamt a dream, and through it, I learned to swim. Technological outbursts are the most exciting propulsions for the emerging world. It has an enormous potency to usher in erratic changes and progress. Technological advances are just like human lives, unpredictable and impactful. Right now, this moment is new, but as time passes, like the old discoveries and inventions that were popular once, we too shall pass, we too shall become obsolete, forgotten. I was 17 when my world first started crumbling. My father, my hero, had to face a tough situation in his life financially. After spending about 8 years in Dubai, he had to come back home after losing his job. If I had played the role of a helpless child, or if I had followed the common path, I too would have become one among the forgotten crowd. I too would have become obsolete. My idea is not unique, my story isn't new, and my message isn't revelatory. But I defied convention. I ventured out onto the unknown and wrote my own cliche rags to riches story. And I believe that my story is a strong proof of that. To have a successful business, you don't necessarily have to have a unique idea or a world altering concept. It can also be about efficient application of a hackneyed idea into larger scale or a smaller scale, which is my unique idea. I started exploring computers when I was 8 years old. That was when I was living in Mumbai with my family there, and my father was working there in Mumbai. I used to be in my father's office almost all the days. I used to sit and doodle on computer with simple applications like Paint. And back then, when email was the latest novelty, I started spamming all my relatives' inboxes with my incessant mails every day. And when I was 10 years old, I got my first personal computer gifted by my father. Yes, with today's standards, it is all enough to be obsolete, but yet not so old as to be prehistoric. If I clearly remember the configuration of the computer, yeah, a small desktop with a Pentium dual core and a Windows XP. Yet it was what sparked the first flames. Initially, as normal children are wont to do, I visited different websites and played around. And when I was studying in 7th grade, that was exactly when I was 12 years old, I joined Orkut, but yet I use it to mainly play games. And soon later, it was my cousin brother who was working in Dubai who introduced me into a website where I could design my own website for free. And I was always curious to know about the backend things and how these websites are getting loaded when somebody types and enter www.something.com. I was very curious to know about all these things, and it was my cousin brother who taught me all those things and trained me with free website building tools. And yes, I became very interested in website designing, the pursuit of which led me to launch my first website in partnership with my classmate of 10th grade. Just a simple blog kind of a website offering music downloads, software downloads, articles and blogs, etc. This is something two 16-year-old boys were into. But this benign extra activity led me to starting a website building service that could become an international business it is now, T.N.M Online Solutions. I bought my first domain name, tnmonlinesolutions.com, after my 10th grade. And I started advertising on social media. I made reams of posters and posted all the way through Facebook to promote my virtual company. And today, I'm very proud and happy to tell you that we acquired almost 80% of our global customers through Facebook. And I would like to tell you something very important. When all my friends and all others were busy posting their pictures and chatting with their friends on Facebook, I was very busy promoting my venture on Facebook. As a child of 10th grade, coming home every day to my mother, crying about my father losing his job and the increasing pressure from the loan sharks, I knew my world was about to fall apart. Since my early childhood, I was very close with my mom, and we were like best friends, and she used to confide me all her problems as well. One day she sat me down and explained me how much things were going to change and how my father was coming back home. As all the other days in the recent past, I tried to console my weeping mother. Living in a rented home, we always dreamed about owning a house one day. And when I was studying in 11th grade, my father was officially laid off, and it literally threw our world upside down. And now I could feel all the financial and emotional strain on my family. And now I could realize that it is my turn, and it is time for me to take the responsibility and take care of my family. I decided to step up and start my office in my hometown, Kannur, with my father's support. And officially, on June 23rd of 2013, I started my first office in a fish market complex in Kannur with 2 employees. And yes, there is an interesting story about the first recruitment to my company. As any entrepreneur would experience in his entrepreneurial life, in fact, the beginning stage of any entrepreneur in their entrepreneurial life, it will be the most difficult stage, the beginning stage in building a brand. To get a quality customer is a very difficult task for any startup. So after realizing that with my beginner level skills and with my beginner level knowledge base in web design and web development, I can't survive in the market. So I decided to pursue a diploma in web designing and development, and I joined an academy in Kannur. I had 2 trainers, Mr. Juban and Mr. Dinil. So they both were very interested in training me because I had the fire inside me, because my family was waiting for me to start earning something and to take care of them. One day, I took them out of the campus and gave them a proposal. I asked them if I can pay them a 2,000 rupees extra salary, if they can come and join my company. And with all the guts and love, they agreed, came and joined my venture. And I'm indebted to both of them throughout my life for the immense support they have given me in the initial period of my company formation. And as I told you earlier, for any entrepreneur, the beginning stages of a startup is the most important stage of any business. But we weathered all the bad days, and as I told you, my family and my mom was a strong pillar of support throughout my lifetime. She even used to offer her jewelry to go and pledge to give the salaries to my employees. And now I'm very proud and happy to tell you that we now serve almost 1,000 plus global brands from around 20 countries of the world. And in the first year of business itself, we managed to get about 100 plus customers, but all for nominal budget. And there is another part of my story which is quite interesting, like about my first client. She was my teacher who taught me in high school. She saw one of the ads which I posted on Facebook and came to me asking me to build a website for her brother's interior design company. I was very excited to take my first project. I delivered a quality website for her brother's company, and I got my first payment of 2,500 rupees from her. That was the most special day I can never forget in my entire life as an entrepreneur. And today I'm very proud to tell you that we deliver projects to global customers worth of millions of rupees every month. We started it all the way from there, and we reached it all the way to here. And now, after the first year, I was quite assured of taking care of my family because good transactions were happening in my company. And my next dream was to build an own home and take my family out of the rented home. So after realizing that, okay, now I'm financially stable and I can repay the home loan back, I decided to walk into all the banks available in my hometown to check for getting a home loan to buy a home. So all the banks were happy to see me, an 18-year-old boy coming into bank for a home loan. But I got rejected by all of them because of my age. But that added the fire inside me again. And I started working day and night with my team and made maximum revenue flow into the company. And right after 6 months from the date of the rejection, I bought my own home when I was 19 years old. Thank you. And after that, dreams started getting bigger and bigger. We improved our team. And we started with 2 employees. And now, since last 5.5 years, we have managed to give employment opportunities to more than 100 people. And after my 12th grade, I was always desirous to learn aeronautical engineering, and I was always desirous about aeroplanes and becoming a pilot one day. But yet, after realizing aeronautical engineering won't help you improve your business, I decided to pursue a BBA degree. And I went to the nearest college available to my office because I have to go to office every day. So I went to the nearby college, and the principal, I had a decent percentage of marks, and the principal was very happy to take me in. But there was limited seats available, and I was sent to the manager of that college to take a management quota seat in BBA. So I went to the manager's home, and all I could see was a table full of teller machines counting cash of the donations which he got from all the other parents. So what I had in my hand was just the 50,000 rupees which I made from my company. He asked me a simple question, and I can't blame on him because it is his business, and end of the day, business is all about making money for him. And he asked me a simple question, Jawad, why should I give you the admission when there are so many other students and parents waiting outside who are ready to pay 5 times, 10 times more than what you are here to pay for the same seat? I said him, no problem, sir, and I came back home, and I handed over that 50,000 rupees to my mom and told her, Mom, it's not about, like, I'm not going to college anymore. Because I have to prove to society that it is not about to which college you go, or it is not about from which university you get your graduation from, but it's all about your passion towards your life, the dreams you set for your life, and your hard work, your commitment, which decides your destiny. And then we started improving day by day, and we promoted our company like anything throughout the globe. And now we have our dedicated presence in Bangalore, in Dubai, in Sharjah, and we are one among the top 10 IT brands in India right now. And one thing the business has taught me in life is to never fear falling, always dream about flying. And I would like to tell you something very important. It is not about from what background you are coming from, it's not about where you're coming from or what you lack in your life. All what matters is realizing what you have and using it well to get what you want. After all, I'm just a 22-year-old, still figuring stuff out, chasing my childish dreams. What do I know? I think you should probably speak to a grown-up. Thank you.